Here's some tips. When measuring the mass of the marble, use a cup to hold the marble since it can roll off. The marble, not the cup. Place the cup without the marble on the scale. It will give you some kind of reading, okay, because the cup weighs something. Now reset the scale to 0, so it's like the cup is not even there. Place the marble in the cup and the scale will read the mass of the marble. If you have trouble taping the meter stick to the wall or holding it up, try this alternate procedure. Place the meter stick's base level with the base of the launcher and then place the launcher in front. Measure where the launcher barrel ends and subtract that number from the height of the launch, of the trajectory. The height of the launch is measured now right off the meter stick. Sometimes students have trouble measuring the compression of the spring. Right? That's going to be our value x. And what you need to do, here's the spring when it's uncompressed. Here it is when it's compressed. And if you can't see it in this window here, well, there's another way of doing it. Start off with the spring uncompressed and put a pencil right here and mark it right there where it's level with the top of the launcher. Take the pencil out, use the proper mechanism here to go to, let's say, the first notch or the second notch or the third notch. Put the pencil in again and mark where its point is, where it contacts the top of the launcher. So you can see we now have 2 marks on the pencil, and the difference between them is your value of compression, x. Please do not launch the pencil from the marble launcher. The marble is hazardous enough as it is. If you launch a pencil, that's not too cool. So just take it out when it's compressed. Do not launch it. If you have this type of launcher, you can see here it's uncompressed. You can see that little metal stub there. When you compress it, the stub goes down to here. So now just measure the difference between where the stub was on the top and where it is now in the compressed position. That gives you your value of x. Although not necessary, students may want to determine the height of the projectile using a camera, on their phone of course, to slow down the video and get a more accurate reading. And frankly, the students are going to come up with that on their own anyway. And of course, wear protective eyewear to avoid eye injuries.